Progress Data Cloud, or PDC, offers a secure, cloud-based hosting environment. PDC provides infrastructure and orchestration for Progress Data Platform products. PDC allows organizations to run data services in a scalable, managed environment with integrated features such as semantic modeling, data integration, and SharePoint online connectivity. In PDC, organizations or companies are referred to as tenants. Each tenant has a tenant administrator and may also have a co-administrator that manages the tenant. Tenant administrators manage users, roles, service accounts, and domains for a tenant. In this video, I'll discuss how tenant administrators create new PDC users and service accounts. There are two ways a new user can be added to PDC. A tenant administrator can register the user, or the user can self-register. In the first method, a tenant administrator completes a form with basic user information and assigns the user permissions or roles for PDC features. When the administrator completes the form, an invitation is sent to the user. When the user receives the email, they click a link, select an authentication provider, and authenticate. They can now access PDC. For self-registration, a user browses to the URL of the tenant, selects an authentication provider, and authenticates. An email is then sent to the administrator alerting them that a user has registered. If the tenant administrator has configured default roles, the user is logged into PDC. If default roles are not configured, the administrator must configure roles for the user before they can log in. Now, I'll demonstrate these two methods for adding a user. Later, I'll discuss creating service accounts. First, I'll demonstrate how a tenant administrator registers a user. To invite a user to PDC, click the settings icon and select Users. Click this button to add a user. Complete the information on the top half of the form. Once the top half of the form is complete, pick roles for the user. A role grants permission to perform certain functions. Roles are organized by product tabs. Click a tab to add roles for that product. In this case, I'll add a role for semaphore. Hovering over a role displays a summary of the access provided by the role. Assign roles for all of the products and services a user needs access to. Once you have finished assigning roles, click Invite User. After the user is invited to PDC, he or she will receive an email like this. They can click on the button to gain access. Now, I'll use the application to demonstrate self-registration. If you want your users to self-register, set up default roles. That way, a user can access the application with the tenant URL. To set up default roles, select Roles from the Settings menu. On the Roles screen, click the Set Default User Roles button. Then click the tabs and add roles as appropriate. When you are finished, click Save. If you set up default roles, make sure to restrict registrations to specific domains. To do this, click the User menu, and then click the tenancy. Self-registration is limited to users from the domains listed. See the description for more information. Finally, I'll show you how to create a service account. Service accounts are used to provide programmatic access to the PDC API. After a service account is created, an API key is generated. Note that service accounts cannot access the user interface. To add a service account, click the settings icon and select Users. This time, click the Create Service Account button. Fill out the form the same way that you did before. With a service account, you can add the number of minutes before the API key expires. If a value is not entered, the expiration defaults to the value specified for the tenant. Once you have completed the form, click Create Service Account. The Service Account API key appears. Click the icon to copy the API key. Then, share the key with the appropriate team members so they can begin integrating with the PDC API. In this video, I reviewed adding users to PDC, setting default roles, and creating service accounts for accessing the PDC API. For additional resources, links, and to learn more about PDC, see the description below.